Get our players ready as well. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It has been far too long. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Gaming Gladiators. It is SHIN. ByuN on that Papi Light schedule. True. I mean, even worse than me, to be fair, because I don't cast the European Open Cups, but ByuN would play in everything, including those as well. Animal. Oh, hello. As SHIN is going to be opening up pool first. You have my attention. It is going to be a pool first opener here by SHIN. Likewise, ByuN back at home, just going for something more standard. Racks expand. Not uncommon to see ByuN go for 2x Reaper, so I'm curious if SHIN was maybe anticipating that. Otherwise, with this pool first, we could just see early links to try to punish the initial opener of ByuN to wreak a little bit of havoc. We'll see how hard SHIN commits and whether he makes 4 or 6 links. We'll keep an eye on it. For now, just waiting for that pool. Hatchery has been placed. And SHIN, he actually didn't really bank up too much larva, so only 2 lings on the way. And with that, we'll see what he can get done with it. Again, typically with these early lings, your goal is to bypass the Reaper, is to get past the Reaper, skirt around the edge of the map, and hit the mineral line, or specifically delay this CC. But only 2 lings, so very light commitment. It almost feels like, again, SHIN, he was either expecting a proxy out of ByuN or expecting 2x Reaper, but it's only 1. So this will set SHIN a little bit more behind. Does have the early queen at least, but has a later expansion and later larva, later droning as a result. Lings move out. Reapers revealed. Lings, they move in. Again, their goal here is to delay the CC. SHIN rushing to his 3rd. ByuN rotating over. And the CC is going to be delayed, but the SCV will survive. Marine comes down to low ground. Nice stutter stepping. Up. Marine getting low. One more shot. Marine goes down. Ooh, that should not have happened. Marine does go down. Second Marine has arrived. We'll clean this up. And ByuN will hold. He will defend. ByuN does defend. SHIN got 1 Marine at least for his troubles. And does escape. So trading 1 Ling for 1 Marine. Better trade here for SHIN. But outside, and did delay the CC for a couple of seconds, but outside of that, ByuN should be safe and secure, and we should be building up. As we can see, ByuN going for a 1-1-1. Okay, wait. Oh, we're cooking, Pap. We're cooking. Delayed 3rd CC here. Very aggressive build here by ByuN. Very aggressive. And with this, he's going to be going for an earlier move out, an earlier push, building up, going for an Anosop into Hellion, into Banshee. Much more committed, and because of this, because we're delaying the CC, we will have an abundance of Hellions to work with, and we could even try to dive in. We could even turn this into a Hellbat push. True. A little bit early to call, but we could always see an armory alongside this. Gonna be a Viking first to deny vision, to hunt down the overlords, to keep SHIN in the dark, as SHIN has yet to confirm what's going on. Doesn't know how aggressive ByuN is being. There's that overlord behind the mineral line, behind the main. The Viking is rallied to the natural. Oh, actually rallied back. We'll see if he does find it. Behind this, SHIN droning, getting up to 2-way saturation. Safety lings are on the way. And the overlord is going to be denied. And SHIN, he will not scout. Now, this Viking is a bit of a tell. Kind of.
Here comes a new challenger.
He's a deep enjoyer. God, every time. God damn it. Not like this. SHIN, he breaks out, takes out both the Hellions. Nice clean up here by SHIN. 2 Hellions go down. But behind this Viking into Banshee. Now it is on Jesus, it's 2-base all in. Oh my god. It's gonna be a 2-base all in here from ByuN. Heavy delay on the 3rd CC, throwing down 2 more maxes, getting to a 3-1-1 setup. But what I was about to say here is it is very uncommon to go Viking into Banshee. The reason for this is because you are delaying your Banshee. It's technically inefficient. Technically, this is inefficient because you delay your Banshee, you delay your add-on in favor of the Viking first. So the chances here of SHIN not being in position with their spores is quite high. You can see the spores further out in the natural, further out in the main. These spores are designed to defend against Liberators, not against Banshees. So SHIN, he doesn't know what's going on. Going for a safety Roach Warren. ByuN is building up. And, Jesus, that's 4 more racks on the way. It's a 5 rack setup on 2 bases. So it's going to be all or nothing for ByuN. Banshee does arrive. Denies some mining time. But you can see here immediately, SHIN, he repositions. He repositions the spores. He does reposition. Spore in the main, spore here at the natural. So far as keeping up. Cloak did complete, and there is a second Banshee on the way. And ByuN, he will build up and soon pull the trigger. In this matchup, it's not really common to pull the boys, so I don't expect that to occur here for ByuN. It is possible, but regardless, I mean, don't have to pull the boys for it to just be 2 base all in anyway. Finding another Overlord. SHIN is building up. ByuN pulls away. We can see SHIN taking up in towards Hydras. Did have a safety Roach Warren, but did he cancel it? He did. Okay, cancel the Roach Warren. Just pure Ling main Hydra instead. No roaches. Checks the wall, sees the one eBay. That is a tell.
Cool.
You typically either see 2 eBays or a CC here, not 1. And SHIN, he drones up to 3 base saturation. He's up to 3 base saturation, doesn't over drone. Here comes the army. Here comes the all-in. Viking drop into the main. Distracting SHIN. And we'll see how much ByuN has to work with here. He's got 1 tank. He's got 33 Marines. +1 is about to finish. Stim is done. Combat shield's not quite. SHIN, he can't quite engage. Not yet. The army pushing onto creep. SHIN morphing in more Banelings. Bailing speed finishing up just now. And ByuN, he's prone to getting surrounded here. Yeah, SHIN is going to collapse in from both angles. ByuN, he does on siege, has to get out of here. Ooh, does pick up. Picks up, pulls away. Thankfully, ByuN does recognize how much danger he was in. Building on more reinforcements. Remember, no expansion. There is no expansion. Doesn't exist. It's just pure marine production. More tanks. Reinforcements get spotted. SHIN trying to keep up. Now again, thankfully SHIN, he never joined up the 4th. Very important here. Never joined it up. Just focusing on purely Ling Bane. Oh no! Ooh, no splits! No splits there by ByuN. Takes some Baneys to the face. SHIN going for a counterattack at the same time. I mean, there's barely an economy to begin with. SHIN diving past the bridges. Go for the army. Forced to pick up. The tanks are exposed. They're on their own. He gets 1. 1 tank goes down. Once again, nice pick off. Lings, they are denied entry towards the natural. ByuN defends. Losing a tank is brutal though. Tanks are on siege. Oh no! And ByuN gets called out. GG gets called, and SHIN, he will survive the all-in. And SHIN will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. SHIN does take it. ByuN is dead. 5 base versus 2. Intentionally so, it was a 2 base all-in, as I was trying to emphasize. Just straight up 2 base all-in, and thankfully SHIN did not overdrone. Basically, the purpose there was to hope that SHIN would freely drone up to 4 base saturation. If SHIN was too greedy, if SHIN wasn't playing safe, then most likely SHIN would have been overwhelmed there by ByuN. As we were trying to point out, SHIN, he did cut worker production at 3 base saturation, so he did not overdrone. He focused on Ling Bane production. He was recognizing that something was wrong. I do think a bit of a tell, if you remember, was SHIN scouting the ramp, and when he saw the 1 eBay, that was a big tell that something weird was going on, and SHIN played it safe. Did play it safe. And with that, we're settling into game number 2. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran, sorry, blue Terran even, representing Shopify down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. It is ByuN. Ooh, going at 2-Rax Reaper. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. We go. So 2-Rax Reaper by ByuN. If you recall the full first opener last game from SHIN, it looked like he was trying to hard counter this. This time it's going to be hatch first, so ByuN, he should have a bit of an easier time here wreaking havoc, containing his opponent. What I will say though, we have seen SHIN versus ByuN so many times in this kind of scenario, especially in the previous map pool, where SHIN, once he realizes what's going on, he is more than willing to keep his drones in gas, throw down a Bailey nest, and respond and react with a Bane Bust. Not uncommon once things get underway, so we'll keep an eye on the gases. We need to confirm whether or not SHIN stays in gas after link speed. Now, Overlord moves out, and this Overlord will soon confirm what's going on. Ooh, meanwhile, that is not 2-Rax Reaper. That is 3-Rax Reaper. ByuN, he's committing even harder. Okay, let's go. Let us go. So this is going to be a big commitment. This does delay the third CC, sorry, the natural base, I should say, even further, as we're going to be committing here 2 additional Reapers. And the goal here is not just to contain the Zerg player on 2 bases, is to overwhelm and snipe some queens, maybe get some economic damage done as well. Now, as a reminder, this is not an all-in. It's not an all-in. ByuN will eventually expand, but it's going to be a delayed expansion for ByuN. Which is why canceling the third base is not going to be good enough. Now, Overlord confirms the first 2 Raxes. Does confirm link speed on the way. And SHIN pulls out. Does pull out, leaves 1 in gas. So no major investment. Reaper dips in. Things are keeping up. And SHIN goes further, and SHIN, he will confirm the third Rax.
Terrible damage.
God damn it, SHIN. But big scout here for SHIN, he does confirm. He is aware. So now he knows to make extra queens and to just keep himself on 2 bases. Oh, first Reaper takes a lot of hits. Second queen does rotate. Lings are amassing. So far, SHIN is keeping up. It's keeping up with the rotations. There's that natural base for ByuN, as we mentioned. Again, this is not an all-in. He needs to trade well. And we'll see if he can catch a queen. Queens, they take a lot of hits. Third queen has arrived. We have 16 more links in production. The queens are getting low. And ByuN, it looks like... Oh, doesn't quite catch them. Doesn't quite pick them up. But now pulls away. Is where the link speed is finishing, and ByuN is going for a third CC behind this. So 3-Rax Reaper into natural into third CC, very greedy follow-up. If SHIN did pull back in the gas, if he went for a Bailey nest, then ByuN would be very vulnerable to a Bane Bust. Alas, SHIN is expanding. Doesn't pull back in the gas, just expanding, getting a third base. SHIN is playing safe. SHIN is going to be playing safe here, and you know what that means? That means we have a game. We can take a breath here. ByuN, he is settling in towards his 3-Rax setup into a 3CC. Likewise, SHIN getting his third base, droning as well. So despite the aggressive start, we can now embrace a longer game state. ByuN ideally does want to pick off some more, or just does want to get better trades. Threads the expansion. SHIN, threads a dive. The base is getting low. But SHIN coming in for the surround. Oh, and he will catch us out. He gets 1, he gets 2 Reapers. 2 Reapers going to be falling, a third Reaper as well. Some rough losses for ByuN. Ideally, he did want to get home with this. He was a little bit too greedy. He was staying out of the map. And he will get surrounded. Nice movement by SHIN. Locks down the army. And we'll clean this up. ByuN losing everything. Every Reaper goes down. Back at home, ByuN building up his bio, getting his own 3-1-1 setup, but he has lost map control. And from here, SHIN can freely drone. Ideally, ByuN wanted to get home and actually, I mean, Reapers can actually support this army quite well when it comes to the stim timing. They can do an amazing job at just disrupting any kind of surround, any kind of link bane engagements, but not anymore. They're not here, they're not available. So the Reapers are gone. SHIN re-droning. Bailing Nest on the way, taking extra gases as well. ByuN is gearing up. Once again, getting into 5 Raxes, this time with an expansion. This time with a 3rd. So we should be able to embrace the mid game. Should be able to. Meanwhile, we have our lair on the way for SHIN. Getting his upgrades. You can see how safely SHIN was playing as well. SHIN healing went 1 Evo Chamber. 1 Evo Chamber as he was a little bit concerned. This does mean that his upgrade is going to be a little bit lopsided. But SHIN just playing it safe. As he's working towards that lair. As SHIN, I'm sure, was expecting faster medevacs. 3rd CC has arrived. Drops are revealed. Oh. SHIN threatening a dive. Oh, coming in first round. He does force a pick up. So far, he's keeping up with ByuN. ByuN this entire time is just distracting SHIN while he gets his 3rd base up and running. And SHIN is aware. Speaking of a distraction, SHIN, he's aware of the base. He's going for a massive counterattack. And there's not much at home at the 3rd. Thankfully, there are some Marines at the natural. So he can respond. ByuN, he stims in. As he stims in, Lings, they hit the mineral line. Ooh, an SCV's going to be going down. ByuN otherwise distracted. Getting 9 SCVs. Very nicely done. SHIN hits the 3rd. Racing back home. We are back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I do apologize for the interruption to the stream, and I know we lost most of the viewers as a result. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But hopefully we're able to get everyone back here as we continue our broadcast of the Enki Christmas Invitational, I should say. And again, I do apologize. I've noticed now it has been a trend for the past 3 days. For the past 3 days, every single day at this time, and it has been affecting all of our morning streams, the connection to the Australian Sydney server has been interrupted. I need to just, at this point, I'm just going to stop using it. I'm going to just stop using the Sydney Twitch server. It's just not working, at least not at this time. Now we're back. What did I do? All I did was I had to turn the stream off. Connect to Japan and then go back on. So I'm now since streaming to the Japanese server instead, and everything looks fine. Everything looks stable. Again, it's just what can we do? I didn't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So yeah, I was hoping that maybe it was like an anomaly, but at this point, 3 days straight, it's a trend, and yeah, I just have to actively make sure that I am connecting to different servers depending on the time of day, because that makes sense. SMH, my head. Regardless, we're jumping in. Regardless, we're jumping back into game number 2. Again, SHIN is taking a lead in this series. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, and we are diving back into our game. Whew. Now, I believe because of the disruptor to the stream, I believe we did, the stream may have missed like a minute or so of gameplay, but we are settling in. SHIN is getting up to his own 5-base setup. Getting a safe base on the way. ByuN was being active with drop play, but SHIN was able to keep up, was able to shut him down, and now we have entered this game state. ByuN backing off, getting a 4th up and running, going to be turtling up, and both players are looking to max out. As a reminder as well, if you remember, the upgrades are a little bit uneven here for SHIN, but he is taking up towards Hive Tech, towards a Hive Tech, towards 3-3, towards Adrenal. Spire is on the way as well. ByuN going to be forced back. ByuN is going to be forced back here. SHIN keeping up. And ByuN is just walling up, throwing down turrets, throwing down sensor towers, more CCs, more tanks as well. Taking a slower approach after some of the failed aggression of ByuN. From here, Shin could try and go into Muta play, but most likely setting up for Corruptors for even a later game state. Overseer gets shut down. And Shin hasn't even overinvested into Hydras, and there's no Lurkers in either. So it doesn't look like he's really too interested in taking into Lurkers. Hive is now done. Do we go for the Ultra Cavern? What is the plan here? Shin just focusing on spreading creep, engulfing the map, containing ByuN. Do you have the option to connect to other Twitch servers manually? We do. It's just the problem is, which is annoying, is to change the Twitch server manually, you have to turn off the stream. Like you can't just hop from server to server. So had to turn off the stream, and that will disrupt the VODs as well. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Oh my god. As ByuN is freeing up supply, making room for some ghosts. Has to kill his own Marines. Feels bad, man. Feels Marine, man. His Marines are being focused down, and ByuN is replacing them with ghosts. Ghosts are now on the way. Meanwhile, from Shin, I assumed it was going to be a Greater Spire, and there it is. Greater Spire is in production, so he's going Corruptor into Broodlord. And honestly, not a bad map for Broodlord. Specifically this location. This cliff face is very abusable with siege-based units, whether it's Liberator, Tank, Tempest, or Broodlord. Can shut it down. Shin threatening a dive. But really all Shin needs to do is just take the map, but play it slow, play it safe, steady, deny the fringe bases, and take into those Broodlords. There's no rush. Oh, ByuN comes in, takes down an empty medevac. Meanwhile, ByuN will deny expansion. Speak up here by ByuN. Shin, he responds. Could try to go for a planetary. And he is going for it. He's going to commit. Tanks are exposed. Gets one, gets two. Oh, just the one. Just the one tank going down. Shin, he doesn't commit. Pulls away. Double expanding. Shin taking almost every other base on the map. Taking all the bases. Up. Takes out the full medevac. Nicely done. Shuts ByuN down. ByuN scans, sees the Greater Spire, is aware. Immediately Thor production. Thors are on the way. He's getting ready for the Broodlords. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to be here for a while, Papi. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's go. Shin is repositioning. Trying to keep up. Likewise, ByuN vying for map control. Let's fight for that control. Yoink's coming in, gets one. Oh! Gets two and an SCV. Does Yoink the SCV and 3 tanks. A rough trade here for Shin, as he did trade out 3 Vipers for that. Has a rebuild. 3 Vipers on the way. Broodlords are in production. It's going to be 1-0 Broodlords. But as we mentioned, ByuN is aware, and that's why he's ready to go those Thors. Thors are building up over time. Shin coming in with a run by. ByuN is keeping up. Defends the base. And should save the CC. Oh! I say that is getting quite low. Shin won't quite get it. Has to pull back. Behind the Shin, getting ready for Broodlord Infestor. Up. Catching out some of the Bayou. Building up 4 Infestors. Broodlords have arrived, and yeah, they're going for this cliff face. Going for the tanks. The mineral line. Anti-air's not quite in position. And ByuN, who will lose control of this location. Will lose control. Thors, they rotate, they respond. Here come the Vikings as well. But the Queens are here. Transfuse. Oh, nice Parabomb. Parabomb as well. Yoinking the Thor. Yoinking the Viking. It's a bit of everything. Sides are brutal, but the Transfuse, they keep the Broodlords up and running. They can't just keep pushing. They force back the ByuN army. They force back ByuN. Ling Bane coming in to support the tanks are on siege. Brutal pickoff tanks, they're gonna go down. All the tanks do fall. Broodlords moving in. Nice snipes from the Hydras at least. But again, barely any of the Broodlords have gone down. One Broodlord actually. The Transfuse, they're too good. The Transfuse. There we go. 1, 2 Broodlords falling, 3 even. Nice Fungal. Locking down the army. With the Chain Fungal as well. Picking up more of the ByuN. And the reality is that SHIN has been just so efficient. With his Transfuse, with the Fungal growths. With the abductions as well. Takes down the expansion. Planetary falls. And ByuN, he's being broken. SHIN has a bank. ByuN, less so. He's getting more bases. 19 SCVs go down. ByuN attempting to reclaim that base. SHIN down to 6 Broodlords. He's got Corruptors. Has plenty of Corruptors left over. ByuN double expanding. Oh my god, the Mule Hammer. Jesus. Does mule it up. ByuN sustaining himself. There's a ghost. I mean, the space is so exposed. Planetary is not ready. And SHIN, he will scout. Will confirm. And the mules are going to be shut down. There should be no saving this expansion. It'll pick up. Likewise, Lings, they do confirm the northern base as well. Those coming in. And they take down another Thor. And SHIN, he just commits. Going for the ghost. Some of them getting caught out. Bailey's up, they connect. And 3, 4 ghosts going down. Brutal pickups. Broodlords behind this, gaining ground. SHIN pulls away. Reinforcing, nice snipes. From 6 down to 4 Broodlords. At 1.4, but 7 more on the way. As ByuN, he just commits. Takes out more Broods. But as he overextended, Lings him in for a surround. They're held as to reinforce. Thors are getting shut down. A very efficient trade here for SHIN. It takes down the Thors for mainly Lings. Takes down all 4 Thors. And SHIN holds. SHIN, he holds. Significantly less anti-air here for ByuN. ByuN down to 130 supply. And the Broodlords are back. And SHIN is just diving in. At this one, he has broken the back of ByuN. Takes down the Ghost, the Thors. Breaks through that defensive line. And ByuN just cannot keep up. Not anymore. Down to what? 1 Thor and a handful of Ghosts. It's not going to be enough. The boys are being pulled. Yeah, moment of desperation here for ByuN. Nice snipes. Gets another Broodlord. Let's get another Broodlord. Barely trying to hold on. Hydra reinforcements trying to force the issue. Not the cleanest fight here at the SHIN. It's gonna be enough. It's gonna be enough in the end. The burrow, the scan to shut him down. Honestly, it did look like he wanted to lunge in. I don't think the burrow was intentional there from SHIN. And SHIN, he should clean this up. Is there detection? There is. Plenty of detection. We got the Overseers, we got the Changelings. Snipe on the final Broodlord, down to 1. And ByuN, he holds, he's holding, he survives, gets the final Brood. But behind this, no economy. Behind this, he's got 50 SCVs. Oh, the mules though, true. The mules are here. Does mule it up. Behind this, SHIN transitioning into massive. Oh, 17 lurkers. He's crazy. I mean, now there are no tanks. Oh, I say that. There's still 3 tanks behind this. Tank count is still quite low, though. SHIN just switching into mass ground. To mass lurker. ByuN attempting to stabilize. Trying to hold on. SHIN, he rotates. Going for the northern base. Going for the planetary. ByuN out of position. Planetary does fall. There's no saving this. ByuN down to what, 1.5 bases here? If that. That's a 1 base mining. Nidus into the main. Nidus as they will finish. Lurker's just pushing through. Lurker's into the main as well. And ByuN is just getting pulled apart. Brutal pickoffs. Yeah, oh god, the Ghost. The Ghost go down. GG gets called, and SHIN, he will take a 2-0 lead in this best of 5. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, I do apologize for the stream going down in the middle of that game. Do apologize. I will make a mental note to, at least for the morning streams, to avoid the Australian server. Do apologize. But regardless, the show will go on, and we are jumping into game number 3 here to determine, can ByuN fight back here and now, or is it going to be a 3-0 in favor of SHIN? Let's go. Game 3 is going to be on El Dorado. The pressure is on. Now, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner, of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Red Zerg player, also from South Korea, representing Gaming Gladiators, leading the series 2-0. It is SHIN. Now, as a reminder, ByuN did open up a 3 ranks Reaper in that last game, and ByuN has been going for just some fairly aggressive builds in general. As a reminder, game 1, ByuN went for a 2 base all-in. Game 2, he went 3 ranks Reaper into Greed, into a macro game, of course. Did find himself there, but again, was hyper aggressive early on. Game 3, what do you have for us? As ByuN sets up on the high ground, this time will not be committing into mass Reaper. Not anywhere near as much as previously, at least. Anywhere near. So we are going to be settling in. SHIN, he is going to be taking his natural. This time, no early pool either. Just hatch gas pool out of SHIN. Likewise, Rax expand out of ByuN. Whew, we can settle in. Also, shout out to, I see Flip a Flapjack in the chat as well. Kid, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Good to see you all. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. And yeah, gonna have some fun trying to edit this VOD together. I'll do my best. Do my best. Smurge. And so SHIN does move out. Sorry, that's ByuN does move out. ByuN does move out across the map. SHIN taking his 3rd base. Going for his 3rd, droning. The dance has begun. It's going to be up to ByuN here to try to find some damage. Peeking away at the Lings, at the drones. Not really getting any headway here. Not yet. Behind this, going for his factory. We should be seeing a 3rd CC behind this as well. I mean, welcome one and all to El Dorado, one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool. But alas, in a best of 5, we're able to embrace it. True. And ByuN, he's rushing into the gold. Let's go. And this is what we want to see. ByuN going for the 3rd CC on location on El Dorado. The 4th base as well. Very bold move here by ByuN. Very greedy, very risky. And we'll see if SHIN can get an eye on this, and we'll see if SHIN can punish this. If not, this can snowball out of control. And rushing into that goal base. He's crazy. Down, rotating around. Looking for a way in. Keeping SHIN's attention here on his side of the map. Back into that CC is almost done. It's almost complete. From here, going into 3cc Banshee. I believe SHIN has yes a scout. Yeah, he doesn't know.
That field's been mined out.
God damn it.
Hope you have an expansion.
Every time. But SHIN, he doesn't know. He hasn't seen this setup. Hasn't seen the gold. Doesn't know how greedy ByuN is being. As he's coming in with the Overlord Scout, there is a Marine to deny the Scout as well. To keep SHIN in the dark. SHIN, he commits in. We can see fake cloak on the way, as ByuN has no intention of finishing up Interference Matrix. Just trying to force an overreaction. Overlord doesn't see much, and there's a cancel. As ByuN is building up those Banshees, and he now has the go base getting up and running. So far, so good. From here, he could even try to ARAX, true. ARAX is kind of quite hard on El Dorado. Those curious, and ARAX is a 3-base all-in. So we'll keep an eye on the production. For now, just getting up to 3. Double E-base, double upgrades, Lings, they attempt to scout. So SHIN has yet to confirm, still doesn't know. Has no idea. Has no idea. As ByuN is getting into his 5-rack setup. 5 racks is getting up and running. 3rd CC fully saturated. SHIN getting his own 4th. Joining up quite freely here, getting up 3-base saturation. 1 upgrades, Bailiness, Lair as well. SHIN just playing standard. Just settling in. And really, my eyes are going to be on ByuN here to see if he takes extra gas. I mean, there are no gases. This has to be a 3-base all in here. We'll see if he takes a gas geyser. We'll see if he's able to throw down a 4th CC. Getting ready for confirmation. Does he throw down a command center or, like, 3 more Raxes? That's what we're waiting for. SHIN, he's looking for the 3rd. He's like, what's going on? Where's your base?
Looks like we're going to the late game.
Where's the expansion? As SHIN is getting his 4th base saturated, now getting a 5th. ByuN moving out, and ByuN does not go for a 3-base all-in. He will expand. 4th CC on location. ByuN moves out, and we'll see what ByuN can get done. Commit. Clearing up creep. Gaining ground. Supply blocking SHIN. As Bailey's just now on the way. Bailey's speed is not done. And ByuN doesn't quite commit. Doesn't test his luck. ByuN getting forced back. Like SHIN coming in with a surround, trying to collapse in the army. Bathing speed does kick in. Ooh, massive connections. And does catch ByuN with his pants down. The tank does fall as well. And so far, a good fight for SHIN. ByuN getting caught out, going for his own double jump to the south, catching out overlords. Oh, look at the supply block. SHIN And once again, another supply block. Tank is at the Zolnaga. Shin, he spots it. He wants it. We'll bring it down. Barely not. Flush on siege. ByuN saves the tank. Consolidating his forces. Shin is now aware, and he has a couple of Hydras. So nice mining time. Denies a little bit of mining. Pulls away. Connection again? Wait, no shot. No, we're good. We're good. Oh, you're referring to the first Quacker, yeah. As I mentioned before, every day the morning stream has had connection issues. I'm just gonna stop using the Sydney server. I'm just gonna stop using the Sydney server at this point. It's just not worth it. As Shin, he's maxed out. ByuN pushing forward. Once getting caught on creep. Up. Shin going for the dive. He wants it. He wants the Marines. Does catch the tail end of the army. Shin getting ready for a massive counterattack as well, coming from behind. ByuN pulls back. Still being active. More Bailings on the way. ByuN just going almost pure Marine. Jesus. Just now making Marauders. The Mass Marine. Who needs anything else? A couple of Marauders would be nice. Wouldn't in the mix as well. And he's trying to keep up with Shin. Shin likewise being active. He's being active on the map. Marines at the mineral line. Drone's going to be pulling. Not bad. Getting 6 drones. 6 drones going down. ByuN going for another counterattack here towards top left. But Shin is focusing on the main fight. Oh, once again, a bit of an awkward engagement. Moving into tank fire. Shin is going for the gold base. Tanks get surrounded. Bailings they roll in. Oh, and they will connect. ByuN attempts to slip, but again, there's no Widowmines behind. There's no Widowmines, no other tanks. It's just pure fire. Widowmines just now on the way. But ByuN is being broken. The mineral line goes down, and Shin, he will overwhelm. And just committing to the Mass Marine a little bit too long here. He had no backbone to his army. And Shin, he breaks through. He breaks through. GG gets called. He shuts ByuN down, and Shin will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the finals. GG. GG, well played. A dominant performance here by Shin, but also ByuN being very unique with his playstyle, very unique with his builds, with how he did approach this. Again, winding it back, ByuN in game 1 went for a 2-base all-in, game 2 went 3x Reaper, game 3 went for a hyper-fast 3rd base into Mass Buyer into Mass Marine for a very, very long time. Remember, he only had 2 tanks, and his first Widowmines were on the way towards the end of the game, towards the end of that fight. ByuN wasn't quite ready here to take that kind of defensive fight back at home. I'm sure ByuN, he was hoping that because he was going for all these counterattacks, he was hoping he would keep Shin busy. He was hoping he would just keep Shin busy at the 4th base, at the 5th base as well, while ByuN would gear up towards a better army, a more superior later game army. Didn't quite get there though. Didn't quite get there. Shin, he had enough. He had maxed out, and Shin just went for it. Just went for the kill then and there. If Shin had waited any longer, it would have been a more difficult process to try to break ByuN, just because Marauders are amassing, Widowmines are amassing as well. ByuN was refining his army over time, but did need more time. With that, GG. GG, well played. That leads us into the finals here, into the final best of 5. Here we go. And we are going to be setting up for that final series. Scrolling on over, we have our top two. Zhao takes down Gimiho 3-1. Shin takes down ByuN 3-0. And the finals is going to be once again another rematch between Zhao and Shin in a best of 5. Not a best of 7, just purely best of 5s here for the Invitational. Ooh, and again, shout out to Enki. Big shout out to Enki. For those who do not know who Enki is, he's a Spanish caster. He's a good friend of the channel. El Hermoso, papi, El Hermoso. Enki puts in a lot of work when it comes to casting, when it comes to organizing events, and this is the first of many events organized solely for Enki. These events did occur a couple of weeks ago, and there was no English cast. There was no English cast. It was only casted in Spanish, and Enki, he was kind enough to share the replays with us, and will be doing so for future Enki events as well. As Enki, he did begin his series last week. He started a series called the Enki Pro Series, where he does host show matches between 2 players on a semi-regular basis. I believe it was either a best of 7 or a best of 9. Actually, I believe I have best of 9. Jesus. So Enki's been hosting some best of 9s between players, just like a one-off show match every now and then, like maybe every couple of weeks, maybe once a month sort of thing. So we'll be all over that as well whenever they do come around. Otherwise, we're going to be going on a very short break here. We're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the final series of the broadcast. Again, I do apologize once again for the stream going down earlier. Hopefully everyone can find us, and that also means that I have to put in extra work when it comes to editing the VODs. I'm going to have to try to splice them together, and hopefully the VODs are kind to us when it comes to what was saved and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll have to do that. Regardless, going on a short break. When we come back in a couple of minutes, we'll be live with the final series with Zhao versus Shin. See you soon.